Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Foundry Reviews. Today it is I, Sly, accompanied by John and Ken, to review the final episode of Agatha All Along, Maiden Mother Crone. How you guys doing?
Doing
Not too bad,
well.
dude.
Doing
Ready
well.
to talk about this episode.
Yeah, the grand finale of one of the better MCU Marvel TV shows is here.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
Absolutely.
yeah. Good perspective to keep. This is like, whether you like the last couple episodes or not, like overall, this show has been, a pretty damn good show, all things considered. Like,
Yeah.
it's been
I'm
very good.
unwilling to write the show off just because of this episode. I will admit, before we get too far into it, it does subvert the expectation, but it's not making the show irredeemable. The show was great overall. It had its highs and lows. Worth a watch.
It has,
100%.
I think this episode has a lot of good plot points. Whether the how they executed them were great or not is, up for debate, I guess, personal opinions. But I think the concepts that they were putting out for this episode were good. I like them. It adds some additional concept, some story, some background for Agatha. I don't know if we needed all of it, but I think what was being shown was solid, at least.
Yeah. Of course, at the end of the last episode, we hit a gigantic plot point. Agatha is dead. We hear a giant spooky boo that we all know it's from Agatha. So it's like, how the fuck is she alive? And then how do we start this episode?
Right into flashback, baby.
Flashback mode, baby, because this goddamn show fucking hates me.
Yeah,
It
Johnny's
fucking
favorite
hates
thing.
me, dude. Honestly.
Flashback City, baby.
For real,
This-
dude.
Flashback answers a lot of questions, but it also
It's boring. It's super
begs some
long.
more
It's like over
questions.
half the fucking episode.
Like, I guess my biggest question is, who is the dad? I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, but like,
And
Agatha
what?
has
How did
been
she
shown
know?
to be like not interested in dudes? Obviously, So, like, how
Exactly.
did she get pregnant?
And how the fuck? And how does she know Rio? That's even a bigger question. You know, like, and what's
Yeah,
the
right.
relationship
That
with
was
Rio?
very disappointing.
They didn't show enough of that. I wanted to know more about them. Like, they clearly knew each other. She was like, "Oh, my love," or whatever. It's like, but you're having a kid. Like, you clearly love someone else too enough to like get a kid, or something. Because it didn't sound like she rated it with like any magic or anything.
Well,
so,
that's why she named him like a Nicholas Scratch, because it was like pure.
Made
you
from
know?
scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like they did the dirty, which
True.
someone did it. So
Yeah.
who knows?
I did like her serial killer concept. That was kind of interesting, and the whole
she's kind of
reason
a dick.
for that was so she could get more powerful, right?
Correct. The original
what I
con
thought.
woman. Yep.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure was the
It was like kill or be killed type mentality.
yeah. Even though she wasn't even in fucking danger to begin with, but
Right.
Yep.
very weird. It's
She
hard
got
to
her kid
feel.
to help with it.
I know it feels even weirder to feel like any kind of sympathy for her or losing her child when you are seeing
Yeah.
her slay innocent after innocent after innocent, you know? And it's hard to be like,
Exactly.
"Aw, her son's dead now." And I'm like, "Dude, karma. Like you murdered like fucking 20 people in the last like 20 minutes. Like are you joking me?"
Yeah. Like,
True.
how are we supposed to feel bad about this?
Like,
it was very interesting.
Time to
I don't know.
humanize Agatha, and she's like, "Not really, fuck." Like why
Yeah.
the like just fucking I was just so bored in the episode. I was like, I just was not a fan of most of the episode. The interactions with Billy and Agatha, Ghost Agatha, was lame. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't really care where it was going. Like we already hit the climax of the show, and I wanted to see
And
Rio.
you're not sure what
you know?
to feel at that point, So it's like
And it doesn't set
awkward.
anything up nicely for the next. That's the other issue.
Yeah, dude, when they were like, "Oh yeah, let's go find Tommy," or whatever the fuck they said at the end, and they started to walk out. I'm like, all right, cool. Like now the episode's starting to kick off. No, it's the end of the series or end of the season.
yeah.
It's done.
Yep.
And I'm
No
like,
post-credit scene. Nothing.
I'm like, why the fuck does this episode exist? Like this could have been a short or something on YouTube, just to
Yeah,
fucking.
it's
Actually,
really
this
just
could have
like-
been thrown in the previous episode because it reveals the whole that she lied about the road the entire time
Yeah.
and used it to convince witches to come and then kill them.
Yep.
Yeah, like I thought that plot point was fine. I thought it was interesting.
I agree. I like it.
That the creation of the song, which led to the creation of the Witch's Road and like convincing covens to come and do that. I thought all of that was interesting. I was like, holy shit, this makes a lot of sense. Like she's been doing this for years. She did that with them. She was just planning to kill them like this, but then the Witch's Road appeared, and you're like, oh shit, that's insane. Like that's cool. But like the whole like first 15 minutes of this episode were just like really like stretching out some of those plot points, like trying to make you feel bad about her and the death of her kid, even though you really don't. Like I don't know, they could have just not done some of that and been just fine, I think.
Yep.
They could have done a couple workarounds to make the episode a bit more enjoyable and a bit more better. Just
Yeah.
I feels like out of a 30-minute like screen time of actual like stuff going on in the episode that's not credits or intro, it's like most of it was
10
flashback,
minutes,
and then it was all fucking just talking to a ghost and whatnot. And I'm like, that's the finale? Like that's the finale, is a conversation between Agatha and Billy. Like, are you fucking joking me?
Yeah, because it's like he's gripping with the reality that he just killed some people, but like to what end? Like,
Again, he is not even
the
that
end of the
pressed
episode.
about it.
Yeah, like he is for a bit, but then he's like, all right, let
Bro,
me close the road and
Yeah,
like, put
he'd be a little bit more
gravestone in there and
teary-eyed
stuff on
as
it.
a fucking angsty, emotional teenager who killed multiple people of his friends, of him like finally being accepted into something that he's been researching for years, his last connection to his mother, and he's finally a part of it. And Agatha tricked him into killing people. And he's like, oh yeah, like I don't trust you, but it's like, dude's underacting like the fuck out of some of those scenes.
Yeah, they're trying to create like some conflict there that just
It's like
didn't
playful.
work.
It's fucking
Yeah.
playful, dude.
Yeah.
It's so lame. Like it does not not everything has to be a fucking joke in fucking Marvel. Not everything. And they
Don't
just
get me wrong, I like the concept of making Agatha a mentor to him. I just don't like the way that we got there.
Right. It's like they had that in their mind. Again, like we've talked about this with other shows. They knew where they wanted to go, but they're like, how do we get there? Have them, argue back and forth a little bit. But then they're like, you remind me of my son, so it's okay. I'll mentor you. It's like, what the shit is that? Like, come
Yeah,
on,
it was pretty
man.
ass.
very
like,
weird.
You
It's
can't be always forgiving to everything like that.
Yeah.
Like, he should be a little bit more upset.
And what bums me out is without a post-credit scene or a definitive like transfer of like what to expect, I want to say they're trying to make this into a series. They're trying to make this a Loki season 1, season 2 type thing, because
for
we
sure, they
do
gotta.
need to know what's all going on with Tommy, and then also what happened to Wanda, dead or not.
Yeah, and Jen.
You're not gonna get rid of a character like that for good. I hope not. Otherwise, you guys really wasted that character.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jen definitely we need a lot more closure on, because they fucking skipped over her so hard.
Yeah. She comes out of the ground and then she flies away. It's like,
It's gone. Yeah, I was
whoa.
like, wow, that okay.
She's free. It's like, okay. Now what? She's got to do something cool, right?
That was
Like,
what I was thinking the entire episode. Now what? Now what? And after every transition, I was like, oh, nothing. Okay, yeah, screw me.
Yeah.
It's just like I had no interest and all the stakes were gone. That's when the stakes should be the highest in a show, is the finale. That was the finale. There's not going to be an episode 10, right?
No.
Okay,
No,
just
that was
making
definitely the
just
finale.
making sure that I didn't miss
They just-
anything.
They were just like tying up a few loose ends and like getting you to like, I guess, explicitly be told about like him creating the road. Like they could have like condensed that into like a few extra minutes on the end of the last episode, or like we kind of talked about last episode, sprinkled it in somewhere, like had him realize, or had them piece together that the road wasn't actually a thing, something. And not had quite as much backstory, because they heavily implied a lot of what was specifically shown to us. Like she had a son, he died. They started to hint at the fact that it wasn't actually her, giving him up to get power. It was just like he died from natural causes, I guess. Like that's all it was. And she became like even more evil because of that, I guess. I guess that was the reason.
You know, I would understand if it was like some Dracula Castlevania stuff to where it's like she started to take on and kill other witches because her son died, but like that's not even the case there.
Yeah, true. Or like if her son died because of her actions, she was killing covens, and then the covens finally came back and like stole her son away and killed him in front of her or something, and then she went on a rampage and like just decided to kill every other coven that she could find. Anything else besides him just randomly dying from like apparently natural causes and death just being like, I'll give you some more time, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? I don't understand. Like, we would have needed more context between Death and Agatha's relationship to understand why she was willing to give him more time.
Yeah, I want to see some deleted scenes in this motherfucker, dude. Like,
yeah.
There's missing so much. It's like missing a whole other episode, man.
Sad to say, but yeah, this episode's issue is the opposite of the last one. It needs more.
And why did Agatha sacrifice herself? She said, "I took a calculated risk." What the hell does that mean? What do you now? You're just a ghost. Like, what is that? You've lost your power. So why? What were you trying to do?
Why did you want power? Yeah. Like, oh, we can't take on death. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here then? What the fuck's the point? Like, seriously.
Yeah,
I think it was just a cop out. Just she was in the feels about the Nikki comment.
I guess. I don't know. It was just confusing to me. Like, there was a little bit too much wishy-washy, and not like, I'm fine with like ambiguous plot points if it's very clear how you should feel about something. Like, if the emotional aspect of something is very clear, like you should feel happy that someone, defeated the bad guy, even though the power came out of their ass and they should not have had enough power to defeat the bad guy. That's fine because it's clear how you're supposed to feel about it. But in this, it's confusing and I still don't know how to feel. So I'm just all around not sure where to go with this episode or like how it's ended. So it's just, I don't know.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
But I gave this episode a 5. I did not like it.
I second that. This is a 5. This is middle ground. This is very underwhelming.
But you can. How are you feeling on this one?
Tough. I don't think I give it quite a 5 because I did like some of the plot points, even though I was just complaining about it being confusing. There were still some really good aspects that I liked. It was just stretched out. So I think I would give this one a 6 because I gave the last one a 7, and this one's definitely a step down from the last one. So I think a 6 is fairly appropriate.
Damn. So I'll give this.
It was short. It was underwhelming. Way too much, back and forth with her and her son. Not enough explanation between the whole Rio thing, and then just a disappointing ending or setting off of what to expect next between Billy, Agatha, and just the MCU. This story is just so unfinished.
A little bit, yeah.
And I don't have a whole lot of desire as of right now to see them start season 2 pretty much, which
is so disappointing because we had such banger episodes.
I know, we had such good talks and like such great discussion and some of these reviews, and I feel like I'm not even adequately tearing apart this episode and the last episode because like I've been drained. I feel so disappointed and so drained. Like, I'm mentally drained because I was having so much fun watching this show and having so much fun doing the reviews and looking forward to them and talking to you guys about them. And then I'm just like, man, like that really disappointed the fuck out of me.
They took that from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To where, so we're just going to give this one a 5.5. I just thought it was very boring. That's what I wrote, boring for my notes. I'm just like,
100%. Oh, it was.
It's just like, with the weird.
A lot of weird decisions at the end. 'Cause now we don't know. It's funny because a lot of the episodes, the whole structure, very clear on where they were going. Overall, there were some plot points that they were like, hinting at stuff. All right, fine, good, great. And then the last couple episodes, now I'm not sure anything and where the next season will go besides the fact that they want to find Tommy.
Yeah.
I have no idea what kind of structure we're gonna get in the next season, because that's what they're implying. So I have no idea. No idea what to expect.
Yeah. Well, do we know what our next Marvel project is? Definitely not Blade. By any chance. But
maybe Daredevil?
Okay.
Unless
Born Again.
That's for shows. Yeah, Born Again should be the next show.
Oh, nice.
Movie Thunderbolts?
Okay.
I think you might be right.
Liddy.
I think so.
Sweet. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed the review, as well as the whole series, make sure to leave some support down for the slugs. Let us know what you guys thought about the episode or the whole series as a whole. And we shall see you guys later on the next Marvel project. But until then, bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.